What's up, everybody? Hi, hi, hi. Yo, yo, yo. So, I'm gonna join João here. Today is the seventh episode of our weekly program. And yeah, today the conversation is gonna be with my friend João Borges. And yeah, I'm really excited to do this. So, let's join João. Boom. Just waiting for João to join the.
What's up, dude?
Yo, 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 what's up, brother?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. So, first of all, for everybody that is listening to this live, we're gonna do this in English so everybody can understand a little bit better. And yeah, it's more like universal, I guess. So, I hope everybody in the crowd don't mind that we speak in English. Yeah, I think it's all right, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So, brother, how are you, man? How you doing? First of all, how you been in these weird times? You all right? Tell us how
Yeah,
you are.
yeah. Yeah, everything's good. I was actually lucky enough to we were actually able to move into a new house right before all of this shit started, you know. So yeah, it's cool. I'm living with two of my best friends right now, which is awesome, you know. At least I'm not in a weird house with random people, you know. I
Yeah,
feel like I'm fortunate in that sense, which makes things way easier, you know. Like when if you have to be on a situation like this, and especially if you're something that if you're someone that likes to do stuff and go outdoors and shit, it's
yeah,
it's like
obviously, man.
yeah. So yeah, in that sense, I cannot complain at all. I'm actually doing pretty well. Yeah,
I'm checking the comments here. We have Arthur. Yeah, Arthur
yeah.
vibes.
The whole gang is here.
Yeah, yeah. The whole Toca nails.
Shout
Man,
out
this is
Ramos from Villa.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
representing the Villa gang.
This is amazing, man. We're putting all the crew together here. So
Yeah.
like today, what we're gonna talk about, it's we're gonna just tell stories and tales of the Porto punk scene in the
Yeah.
late 2000s, early 2010s.
Hmm.
Um, First of all, Borges, he's a good friend of mine. I'm talking to the audience like he's a good friend of mine, and we know each other from back in
Hmm.
the days where we were
Like
kids
checkers days.
and like trying to do something with our lives, try to find a path, try to find a meaning, try to find something that we are passionate about.
Hmm.
So Borges came to my life in that like point, and we were like sharing pretty much like the same goals, like playing in bands, booking shows and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
Borges used to play in this awesome fucking band called Shit Mouth, and please check that out. It's still on YouTube. So
On Bandcamp as well. The lyrics are fucking cringe. Let me say that. I was 16 years old, but yeah, I think the songs were good.
oh yeah, brother. So shit mouth was something that Borges was doing, and another thing was six pack booking, and
Hmm.
uh, like funny enough, six pack booking and Borges booked my first We Bless This Mess show ever. So
Yes.
that that's also a funny one. So yeah, dude. First of all, man, like,
Hmm.
tell us, like, your perception on those days, like Porto before the explosion with tourism and gentrification. How was
Hmm.
Porto back then? Like, and what made that like social environment create our scene? Like, let us.
Yeah, I think so by the time we so because first I had the band um before the booking stuff. I think yeah, it was just because okay, like the first gigs I started going were 2009, 2010, but I wasn't really active um back in those years, you know. I think 2010 I went to one gig because at the time I was still what, 14, 15, and I
I
always lived in
remember.
Villa, not even in Porto, you know. So if there was a gig in Porto, I had a curfew to be home and everything, you know what I mean. So I think in 2009 I went to one gig, and then 2010, it was like the Artigos Zanov final show, which wasn't really the final show.
Oh, yeah.
But that's where I met Artur, for example, and me and stuff. But I think that was about it for 2010. Then yeah, I think it was like starting mainly from 2011 that I went like started going to gigs and stuff. Then Shitmouth started in 2012. Because eventually in the whole process of going to gigs, I met Alex and Carlos. And yeah, then like, you know, like luckily we had like a good beginning, you know, like people like got into us. And we were like, from the beginning, we already had a plan, you know, like it was like, okay, we're gonna play a couple of gigs, like, you know, just to show our stuff. But like our fourth gig was already like the EP release show. So yeah, I think we had a good plan from the beginning, like, you know, like I think that's why we're like fortunate enough to fortunate enough to these comments are killing me. Yeah, I think, but then yeah, but then like the six pack bookings thing, it just came after because I remember like exactly the moment where it started was like I got like this email like on the shitmouth email from this band from France called Burning Bright, and they were like asking if we wanted like to play with them in their gig in Casa Viva. And yeah, it was just like I mean, at the time we were playing like a lot in Porto, you know, so we didn't want
Yeah.
to overdo it. I mean, you know that like as an artist slash band, you know, like you don't want to, you know, overdo like, you know, the same city a lot of times. So it was like I was like, yeah, sorry guys, you know, like I wish I could help, but like, you know, like we already have like 2 gigs like in Porto, you know what I mean, like. And but I checked them out and they were like so fucking good, you know. I was actually like, fuck, like I wish I could play with them because, you know, like they sounded so good. And then I just started and then I just
All right. Yo, sorry, buddy.
yeah, no worries. Yeah, where I was going. Yeah, so like the beginning of Six Pack. So yeah, this band like they messaged us and stuff, and yeah, like yeah, I asked them like who's booking your gig, you know, and they were like, oh no, it's just like one of us, like my old band played there, you know, once like 2 years ago. This was in Casa Viva, by the way. I didn't mention it. This was gonna
Yeah.
be like in Casa Viva. And I was like, you know what, like this band sounds so fucking good. And you know, like how Casa Viva used to be, because like it was always free entry and stuff, you know. And I was like, fuck, this band is so fucking good. Like, you know, like they deserve like a really good crowd, and like, you know, at least like the um like the little like bit of money. So I was like, so yeah, like the guys from Ruins Records, Vitor and Pedro, shout out to them, because like they were the ones who taught me how to book gigs.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
We're
yeah.
gonna get into that conversation. Like,
Okay. So yeah, like so yeah, I just this was like when Almin Formal was starting, you know, and in the beginning Almin Formal was like no charge at all, you know, like I mean it was illegal from the beginning, so I didn't know why he was charging us after, but yeah, so it was like no charge at all. So I was like, you know what guys, like it was a Monday evening, and you know how Porto it is during the weekday, especially with our target audience, which was like still
yeah.
people from like high school and like the the art school and stuff. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I just booked them with Misanthropia. Shout out Pepper and Artur, I know you're watching.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just booked them with them, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna do this like a €2 gig. And you know, even if it's like a fucking, if it's 20 people, it's €40. They will not gonna get, you know, like by playing like Casa Vive, and like just it's you know, a band from France, like how they're gonna promote their gig here, you know what I mean, if it's them doing that. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I did that. And then again, like this is where the story starts, and everyone who remembers Almin from All remembers this. So it was a Monday evening, and yeah, like everyone for the show, like the whole fucking street was full. Like so I think I had sold like what 70 tickets that day. The whole street was full of the audience and the band and all the backline, and Praça, the owner, was still not there to open the door. So we already
I
had
remember those
yeah, the
situations.
whole like Rua the Almada full, like which is a very narrow street filled with people, the bands, the backline, and we're still waiting for Praça. And I'm still calling him, and every 5 minutes he says he's on traffic. And yeah, but that was like the magic of it. Yeah, but that's how like six pack book. Yeah, shout out Praça. That's how
Oh
six
yeah.
pack bookings. That's how like the thing for the gig started. Yeah.
Oh man, that's amazing. So again, dude, sorry to interrupt the conversation. We're gonna continue this
Mm-hmm.
now, and hopefully we're not gonna get any like more interruptions.
Mm-hmm.
So, dude, tell us, for like people that are not from Porto,
Yeah.
were like the venues back in the days, if you were a punk or if you like punk hardcore or if you're just like
Yeah.
an alternative person, where did you go to see DIY shows?
Well, that's the thing about Porto, because like we didn't have that many options, you know, and it was like all we had like Casa Viva, which don't get me wrong, is fucking sick. Like I miss it, I do. But if you want to book touring bands, it's shit because it's like it's always free entry, and I mean, and I mean, yeah, like the concept is awesome about everything, you know. But like, it's just like if you want to book touring bands and stuff, like it's hard to be free entry. And of course, I did that before. You can walk around with a little cup asking for like donations, but like you know what I mean? Like it was weird. So it was like it was the extremes, or you had like Casa Viva, or you had like really like sort of expensive venues that were expensive to rent. So
Yeah.
it was just like we were just like seizing every single thing we had. Like Almin for Mall was like a sick. I mean, but it wasn't even a venue. It was like the golden years, at least for me.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was amazing.
and it wasn't even a venue. It was like a private studio, like
Yeah.
no license, no everything. But I guess that's just like what made it fun, because that's the
But
thing. Like
like,
if you,
explain to us what was Casa Viva and what was Almin Formal. Like, tell
all
us,
right,
like, because
yeah,
there
yeah,
are
yeah,
some
true.
people that don't understand and
Yeah, I
make
keep on
them
like, yeah,
visualize.
I keep on thinking I'm just talking with you, and so Casa Viva was like this. It wasn't a squad, because like they actually had like I think so. I mean, no, I'm sure like they had like authorization from the owner of the house. He just kind of like not gave it to them, but lended to them to use this house. So it was like this 3 stories house, and like you had like ground floor was like vegan, like vegan canteen, like donation, like with €1 you get like a full plate of food. And then the first floor was like the where the gigs were happening. So I think it was like the biggest compartment of the house, like the sort of like living room. Wait till I get to Altar Pepper. Yeah, so like yeah, like the living room, and then you had the so yeah, it's like it did look like a squat, but it wasn't one. Like yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. And then I mean, for the mall was just like it was Vitor actually that found this place.
Yeah,
Vitor
exactly.
Moura. Yeah, one day like he just I think the story goes like this. One day he just fucking went like on a walk looking for like let's just like look for places where we can like put on the show. We will like somehow deceive the owner saying like, oh, it's just like normal rock gigs or like pop rock gigs. It's very tame people, like um like no punk whatever. Let's just like trick people into letting us have like these gigs. And then like when they do realize what like the bands are playing and the fucking mayhem it's gonna be, then it's too late because we're already having the gig. So
Exactly. We had the people inside, so
yeah, at least yeah, people are inside, the bands are playing, like that's what matters. So yeah, so I mean for mall it's like this place actually in very, very like downtown Porto. It was like on the best location ever. It was so good. Like this guy, he had like this is like he was like an artist, sort of. I don't know.
yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know, man.
it was because he had like his shit hanging on while the gigs were playing, and so many times he got knocked down. Like, but yeah, and yeah, he was like this sort of like artist, and he
And
had
those staircase, the safest staircase ever.
yeah, the staircase, the rail was broken. Yeah, like, and yeah, it was just like his like private studio. So we were like, you know what, dude, like, just like go buy a crate of beers like from Pingo Doce or whatever, just sell it in the bar for like a stupid price, and we don't pay
Oh,
you
dude.
rent, but you like will profit shitloads at the bar because you're paying like 30 cents per beer. If you sell it for €1, €1.50, people are still gonna buy it.
But
So
also, you had, I remember you had someone like serving food as well sometimes at the door.
mm.
for the bands and for everybody that wanted to
Yeah.
do
So
stuff.
what was that was like, so we used to cook for the bands, and so yeah, we used to cook for the bands, and after like every band had like their share of the food and stuff, if there was like still leftovers, we would sell it for like €1 each, one
Yeah.
euro a plate, which is like fucking awesome.
Dude, yeah,
But yeah,
tell us a little bit more about Altar as well, because some people mentioned Altar, and
dude.
Altar was amazing, brother. And Altar was comics before, and
Yeah, I know, I know.
actually comics, and then
I mean, I
Altar.
know. I mean, I'm not from the time of comics, but I'm just enjoying my gin and tonic on this very sunny day. Like Altar was like, um, I don't know, man. It was a bit weird. Like it was so, as a venue. Like I've always thought that, like it was like, to be fair, I never booked a gig there, never.
But you played
I
there.
played there a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yes, I played there a couple of times. And yeah, I mean, it was like a, like, how do I say this, like an iconic place for the scene. It was for sure. I feel like I kind of missed out on it,
All
just
right.
on the sense, I think it was like more of a late 2000s thing
Yeah.
than you know what I mean, because like when I started, like Shitmouth played there like twice,
Okay.
and I never booked a gig there. So like I think I when I started like getting more active in the scene, it was more like Casa Viva and Alma Informal maybe. Yeah. Oh yeah, Pepper actually mentioned V5. I've just been there for like 2 gigs or so, but yeah,
Oh, but it was a cool venue.
oh,
But
V5
it
was
is. I don't
awesome.
know. Is it still on?
I
Because
think it's
we're in
still
the UK.
closed. I'm almost sure. People from Porto correct us, but like I'm
Yeah.
almost sure it's
I don't know if
closed.
it's still open or
It
closed.
was sick. It was a sick venue, but from what I understood, I've always wanted to book gigs there. From what I understood, it wasn't that easy. Like to, I think it was like, I don't know. I think it was more of a like connects thing than anything. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
just remember one venue, Music Hall.
Well, fuck, dude, I totally forgot about that. Fuck, like that's why we had the EP release for Shitmouth
Yeah, Music
with
Hall.
9/11. 9/11. That
Yeah,
was uh other bands as well. No, you guys played as well, right? Like Checkers played that gig.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you guys played
Like
that gig. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dude, Music Hall was just like,
that was
my God.
insane as well.
Like,
Like
dude, I
it was
totally forgot
just
about it. It
a
was just a
little
cafe. It
bar.
was just a cafe with a stage, a shitty painter of Jim Morrison on the back. Like you could see they were not ready for like punk and hardcore gigs. I think they broke the floor on that gig. I remember there
Yeah,
was a gig. Someone broke the floor of the stage.
and a light or like a chandelier or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah. Just like comment, Carlos comment like on that of that gig, like you were almost flying with the wind. Yeah, because I remember on that EP release, it was like fucking windy, and it was the first time in my life I felt like I was gonna fucking go with it. Like, dude, people from the UK don't know about Portuguese weather. That's all I have
oh
to say.
yeah,
The rain.
brother.
But yeah, Music Hall, dude, it just dug like a whole thing from like a blast from the past. I totally forgot about that venue.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I think we didn't even have many gigs there because at a certain point they realized, like, this is
nah.
not what we want for our Jim Morrison painting on the wall cafe.
I remember like they are my friends still, and they're like, dude, you did like the best shows here, but the
Really?
most destructive shows there as well.
It's still open then?
No, it's like it's not the same concept. They sold like the bar
Okay,
to other people,
okay,
but
okay.
like the old school music hall, like it was like yeah, we really loved those days because there was a lot of people in the bar, but like please don't do that
Yeah, I
again.
mean, they were always very, no, yeah, yeah, I mean, they were always very welcoming. That is like a fact, like, we never got told off or anything, but I did realize that they were just be like,
Yeah.
maybe like this is not really like shooters, like.
Yeah, dude. Not speaking about shooters, but speaking about Oporto punk bands. I
Dude,
want you
okay.
to like go through like a list of people and bands, and
Mm-hmm.
like behind, like you start with band, the people that are like your friends and stuff, and the project name. those bands, because I want people to understand that we were all active at some point doing something in the scene and not only playing, you know. So let us, yeah, give us names and gives us
Yeah.
like now it's the time to talk about local trap, all these like fucking crazy
Yeah,
bands
yeah,
that.
for sure. I mean, yeah, like I think like it's gonna sound super cliche because like then two of them joined shit. I mean, are from Shitmouth, but like I think the first band that I like started like okay from Porto because like the first scene bands I started to listen to weren't from Porto, but from Porto I would say like the first one was like Destruction Eve. Also
Yeah,
because
this.
like of course I'm gonna say this like no, but like
Yeah,
no, not for real. Like of course it was like Destruction Eve also because like like Carlos and Alex and Chicot were like like some of the first friends I did on the scene and stuff. But yeah, I mean local trap as well. Then Carlos, Nuno, and Felix had Lino Chão. Oh shit! Yeah, I just read the comment now. Like
that was.
yeah, like yeah, they had Lino Chão. Fuck, like I mean you guys like blackjackers you were like
Oh
a
yeah,
bit all
fuck
over like which like that's awesome as in like you would play like like not just punk gigs, you know what I mean, like
yeah.
but yeah, I mean
We
I
were
still
we were
no I found out about you guys in Sonic Blast actually.
too young
And
and too wasted.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, look,
And more like fuck because I mean I do know more
Arthur,
bands but like I just want to mention the ones that what
Arthur mentioned Esquizofrénicos, Fina Flor de
yeah
Entulho.
oh gee
Ah,
it's
what
just
was the
like
band from Maya?
oh,
What was
dude,
that?
Cruel Mind and
Cruel
Miscarriage.
Mind.
Yeah,
Yes,
Cruel Mind and Miscarriage. Artur was there as well.
yes, as well. Yeah,
Hmm.
and Misanthropia you mentioned as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Misanthropia, of course.
Uh,
What more?
Dokuga was also
Yeah,
a band.
yeah.
Uh,
And they're still
oh
active.
man,
They're
there's
still pretty.
so many stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
like
still going for it. And
those those
come on.
those days were really nice, man.
Yeah, I
Albeit,
felt like it was.
yeah.
Yeah, I felt like it was like yeah, like I felt like it was a very close scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I felt like it was a very close scene. But you know what? Like to be honest, like now that I'm talking about it, I really do need to give the shout out to Miguel from Corrosion because he's still doing like an awesome job putting gigs in Porto. Like he really is. Um, you know, like like huge shout out to him. He's doing like an awesome job. And yeah, I mean, I've been even though like I don't live there anymore, like I've been following everything. And yeah, like super shout out for him to that. So like it's good to see that someone is still keeping like the scene alive and stuff like that.
I
I don't
think
want to
I
sound
think
cliche or what.
Akas is still booking shows. I don't
Yeah,
know. I
yeah.
think
Because he's still
yeah,
booking shows as well. Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Oh,
But yeah,
cool, man.
like but yeah, I think yeah, man, because like like huge shout out to Revengeance as well. Like they're like not from like Porto. They're from like they were from like all over the place. But like to me, they're like one of the best bands like ever did in Portugal. Like Revengeance and
Ground
Scroll.
and Pound. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
Red and Pine
Sorry.
as well. But
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
like. Hmm.
Oh man, we covered a long list of bands from. Oh, Mais Uma Queda. That's
Oh
fucking
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, dude. Like, Mais uma Queda, my first gig ever, my first like like Porto gig ever was like one of their last shows. So I'm happy I still got to see them play. Because I think they played after that gig was at Altar. Like this is like 2010, maybe 9. I think I would say 2009. This was yeah, I think this was 2009. But like, like yeah, they broke up. So I'm happy I got to see them at least once. You know. But yeah, let's
Dude,
learn the
and
comments.
like, oh man, like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Today we have loads of comments. And oh, okay, cool.
Oh, no, Ramos corrected me. It's 2010 actually. So
What's up? Sorry, I'm starting this again because today the Wi-Fi is playing tricks on me. So I'm just waiting for Borges to come in again so we can finish our conversation. I don't know where Borges is now. Yo, 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 João. Ah, cool. Here it is. Cool. Let's try to finish this. Yo, yo. Can you hear me, brother? Opa. I, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
cool. Cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
Oh,
Perfect.
bear in mind, like I do like I'm seeing like a lot of bands in the comments that like like they're very important bands and all. I'm not giving the shout out, but like we're talking about Porto, like and so yeah. But if I just gonna give my top three shout out like to me and to everyone that's seeing this that don't know about them, like also like my top three would have to be like Scroats, Revengeance,
Oh,
Tony
yeah.
Frost, and Mr. Miyagi. Like people like
Oh, Mr.
who are
Miyagi, man.
watching this who don't know like we're not aware of any of those bands, please go check them out. But
Yes.
yeah, I'm not gonna be able to remember all of them, and we're keeping it local. So Porto is small, but but
But
yeah,
we have a good scene, or I don't know.
yeah, no, but yeah, like, for sure. But yeah,
Dude, and for like to do a sum up of like
mhm,
our conversation. So
yeah,
you talked about your band. Yeah. And another thing, sorry. And
mhm,
yeah, rest in peace, Chime.
yeah, for sure, like for
So
sure.
yeah, we covered here that you played in Shitmouth. You
Mhm,
did Six Pack Booking back in the days. We talked a little bit like in detail about like the other venues and other bands of Porto.
mhm.
Um, by the way, all those lives that we did before, they're going to be also available on IGTV. We didn't lost them, so the conversation you can still check it out.
Yeah,
Um, but
this
yeah,
one, this
now,
one will
dude,
be like in parts.
yeah, it will just be in parts. It's all
Yeah,
good. But like to sum up the conversation, dude, I
yeah,
want to make you a couple questions, man. And
yeah, of
like,
course.
what did you take from that experience? Like from that experience of playing in bands and booking shows. What did you take? What like lessons and skills?
Yeah.
Let us know.
I think honestly, mainly was like like how strong is like the DIY community, and like if you put like, I mean, of course, it's like it's always different with like certain things in life, but where I long is like if you put like the right like effort and passion into something, like like you will like you will get like results of it, and like I mean we were like even though Porto was really small, I think it was like such a like nice lesson because I don't know if imagine if I grew up like in London and started putting shows here. I'm not saying it would be impossible, but like in Porto, like there were like like there was never like it's never like too much, because it was like such a small city and stuff, and everyone is like like at least like our group of friends, which were like pretty wide and pretty big,
Yes.
is always like try to like help each other and stuff, and it was just that like I think like for example like the concept when I started Six Pack Bookings is like there was like so many bands that like I wanted to see live, and I figured like okay if I don't like book them and stuff like I just if I don't put them like I'm not gonna see live, so that's the only way to see them. And yeah, at the same time like just this was like an awesome lesson for me because like I was 16 when I started putting all of these shows and stuff, and it was always super funny to see like the band's reaction when they get to the venue and be like, so who's the promoter, and it would be like 16-year-old me like yeah it's me, and
I remember that guy. I remember that
yeah, they'd
part.
be like what the fuck are you sure like yeah like I don't know. It's just like I think if you put like a sort of like of course like passion is there, but like like the most effort you can do within your own like realm and possibilities, like like it's just don't sell yourself short, It's just that like it's just yeah, just like if you love something, just like put the effort into it, you know what I mean? And yeah, I mean I loved what I did and I wanna like do it like eventually in London. You know what I mean? Like I do like and but yeah, I mean, I'm very happy that that scene and that experience was part of like my teenage years. You know, like it did help me to grow a lot, and most importantly, like I have like friends from life from that. You know what I mean? Like people that I still consider some of my best friends, and it all came from that. You know, like
Yeah.
I would say like you know like my friends like that I have like to this current day, like back from Portugal, like they're all like 90% of them are all from the gigs and the shows and like you know, and it's like you know
And
people.
from Porto nightlife.
Yeah. No, dude, like I only started going out when I was like fucking 19, to be honest. I would book gigs, get fucking drunk in the gigs, and then go home. Like I
Oh
wouldn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
I was just
I
like,
was like, yeah. So for people like people might not know, but I'm like, I don't know. How old are you now, Borges?
I'm turning 24 in like about a month.
Oh right, I'm
Yeah.
28. So like while Borges was going back home, I
Pero
was
Merita.
skating the street with Artur and all these guys.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I
that
only
was
joined that gang after. Dude, but never forget From Azul Resurrection.
yes, 2012 Verão Azul. Always remember, never forget.
Didn't you take the fire extinguisher from the bus?
I oh yes I yeah. So basically, guys, for everybody that doesn't know that part of me, I was yeah a bad boy, or I don't know. I just really found it was funny to take like a fire extinguisher from a bus and then start like messing up with people in tents and stuff in the camping site. So yeah,
Dude, it's part of, you know,
old times.
part of growing up. Like Blink said, you know, like, come on.
Yeah, man. But I was yeah. I think Jackers made me. I think Jackers broke me. You know, like.
Yeah,
Oh, dude. Another question I have for you, brother.
yeah.
Um, this is a personal one, but I want
Okay.
to make this question.
Hmm.
Are you planning on playing in bands at some point and doing music again, or writing lyrics, or participating in a project in a way, in some kind of way?
All right. So here's the thing. My first answer is no. I wanna like I don't. I feel like way more like I'm way more interested in the booking part of stuff, you know. And that's like when like you know even though it was never like official where we did like a final show or anything, but like when you know like Shitmouth like stopped playing was like mainly because like I started getting more involved in the booking part of stuff, and then Carlos and Alex from Cruelist, shout out Cruelist, one of the best bands in Porto for
Oh
sure.
yeah,
I
fuck yeah.
even was there. I even like if they accept that term, I was even their manager for a bit. Um, but yeah, so you know, like, so I just started to focus on that mainly, like the booking stuff. Like, I just love doing that. I don't know. And then, but the second thing, and it's gonna kind of contradict this what I said. But in the beginning of quarantine, I did record a song with Hassan, who I live with, and one of my best friends. It don't actually like, oh, dude, I feel like so much of like a poster right now, but yeah, like SoundCloud link in my bio. But yeah, like no, like so Hassan like not only plays in Triple Sunday, he also has his solo project called Lunar. And in the beginning of quarantine, since we lived together, we were just like you know fucking around, and we actually made this song. Like it sounded cool to the two of us, and yeah, he actually released it. Yeah, I mean, it's not something you know I want to like you know serious and I want to come out of it, but like that was actually like a fun experience,
Cool, man.
and I think it actually turned out to be an okay song. But like, guys, if you listen to this, it's not like punk or hardcore and anything. It's very like you know your average sad boy auto tune type of shit. But the link is in my bio if you want to check it out. I don't plan on like actually doing like gigs out of it or anything. That was something fun that turned out to be like something I don't know actually cool. But yeah, I do want to go back to booking stuff. I do want to do that. You know, like I do want to do that. I don't think like the bands wise like I mean with some I have friends here in London that actually like because like you know they're always trying to start like stuff and all and they like come up to me a few times about that. But I don't know, man. I just don't like. I don't know. I don't know. I just I feel more motivated to book stuff. Be like on the other side. Like. But yeah, I don't think I will be like that good of an artist. I
No,
don't know. I don't know.
I
I just
completely understand that, but like I just mentioned this because I remember like when I used to watch your shows and watch you perform, and like the energy you brought like into like the pits and the audience was like really fucking contagious, and it was good, you know.
yeah,
So so yeah, basically that was like the
yeah.
point of my
I
question
mean, I
because
wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to a one-off shitmouth gig in Porto.
oh yeah,
I
oh
wouldn't say
yeah,
no to that. That would
oh
be
yeah.
like I
Good.
wouldn't say no to that.
That's
I
what
wouldn't.
I want to hear, man.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say no to that for sure. I mean, I'm down. But yeah, starting something new from scrap, like if I'm gonna like invest myself, my time, my dedication, and all, like I would just rather like do something relating to the booking part. Whether it be gigs, tours, like yeah. I mean, I'm just more like we can even start doing that when things go back to normal. Let me book the come back with Bless This Mass gig
Fuck yeah, dude.
in
Oh
London.
yeah.
We can start doing that. Yeah,
Oh
all
man,
like
for
this
sure.
plan.
And not only that, man. I if you guys can put the band together to do a reunion show in Porto, I'm pretty sure Jackers can do it as well, and I'm pretty sure another like other bands can do it, and we can do like a fucking like never forget, always always remember show.
Yeah, like 10 years ago. Yeah, Arthur is right. That's right. Like,
Destruction Eve was fuck yeah, man. Dude. But yeah,
yeah,
Borges, was
that's it.
really cool talking with you today,
Yeah,
man.
you too, man. Like it's
It
been a
was
while.
really nice.
I'm waiting for like things to go back to normal so we can like go back to chilling in shows here in London.
Oh fuck yeah, man. Fuck
Hmm.
yeah. Dude, oh yeah. And by the way, this is the first episode of the second week, and we're gonna have loads of other like different guests. Borges was the first one this week. And man, again, dude, thank you so much.
Oh, thank
Um,
you, man. Like,
and yeah, we're gonna put this shit out in YouTube and IGTV. So if people want to check it out, and on IGTV is gonna be like separate, like in three different pieces because of the like connection problems we had. But
yeah.
on YouTube, I'm gonna do like a version of the full conversation, put it together, and upload it there. So then we can share and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, and dude, Borges, um, I hope I can see you soon and give
Yeah,
you a
man.
hug, you know. And
Yeah, it's
it
gonna
was,
be this year for sure. Still this year, we'll do it.
yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, man. It
Yeah,
was a really good, yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you.
yeah, you
And
too.
send a hug to everybody at your house.
I will for
And
sure. Shout
man,
out Hassan and Connor.
yeah, triple Sunday as well, man. Fuck yeah. Dude, and have a good day.
Yeah,
And
you too.
like whenever you want to talk about something or like express an idea, you have this platform, as everybody in the comments and everybody that is joining in, if you think there's a conversation that is important to have or something that you want to express,
Hmm.
and a public place that is this little platform,
Yeah.
do it. Send me a message and get in contact, because this platform, we're using it to, yeah, just make people like smile and give them like hope and fucking energy to move on,
Yeah,
and
of
at least
course.
if we can influence one or two people to get out of the bed and start doing shit with their own life, that's fucking awesome.
Hmm. Yeah, of course.
So fuck yeah. Thank you so much, Borges,
Thank you so
and
much for
see you
having me, Jay.
soon, man.
I love you. Hope to see you
Me
very
too,
soon.
brother.
Take
Fuck
care.
yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye, brother.
Bye.
Boom. So this was the show today. We had Borges on the show today. We talked about tales and stories of the Porto punk DIY scene in the late 2000s, early 2010s. The bands, venues, all the stuff that influenced us. And yeah, Uh, Basically, we had some technical issues, so in the IGTV, we're gonna have the thing separated in three different stuff videos, but on YouTube, we're gonna have a full cut of the conversation. Um, Another thing, guys, thank you so much for watching this. This was the conversation with more people so far in the program. So I want to thank you for sticking around and, like, yeah, to sharing your love, your comments, your funny stuff. It's really nice. And yeah, tomorrow we're gonna have Screaming Culture, Ricardo, talking about the record awareness songs and side stories, how to create a record, 80 to 90% of a record in your bedroom. Because yeah, basically awareness songs and side stories, we created it and recorded it like everything beside the drums in his bedroom, like in his home studio, you know. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, to give like DIY artists the opportunity to probably do something similar or just inspire someone. On Wednesday, we're going to have Scott again. Scott recorded our record in California, and he's going to give some tips on how to build a DIY home studio, as well to put your message out, to start recording stuff, to do something proactive with your lives, musically or speaking publicly or wherever. So that's Wednesday. Thursday, we're gonna have Perez, Ivan Perez. He's a really cool tattoo artist. He plays in True Mountains. He used to play in a band called 20 Fighters, a hardcore punk band. He used to be in the organization of Resurrection Fest back in the day. So is a really cool person to talk to as well. Friday, we're gonna have Fest Eddie Nelson here. We're gonna talk a little bit on how the power of community helps, like, people like us, artists, and not only. And he's gonna have a little surprise as well for you in the end of the conversation. And for last this week, on Saturday, we're gonna have Travis Pacheco. Travis is a really good friend of mine. We met when I was touring with Spanish love songs and Ducking Punches and We Bless This Mess. I met him, and I mean, he was like the link between We Bless This Mess and California. And basically, by knowing him, a lot of stuff happened, and the opportunity was made for us to record in California. So we're gonna speak about that basically. And yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and see you tomorrow at 5.